1.
Our legroom problem is 10.
I like being able to fire people.
The good news is you're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
I know why jobs come and why they go.
Go, you're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
I'm gonna need your key card.
I know how jobs are created and how jobs are lost.
Piggy, you are fired! You are fired! Piggy, you are fired! Fired!
I understand how jobs come and how jobs go.
You're fired!
I like being able to fire people.
And that promo greeting can only mean one thing, everybody. The I have no idea what I'm doing hour is back. Live on the first and second floor breakers and livestream.com/Lake Effect. Have a couple of special guests in the studio today. We brought Geauga Park District back. It's good to see you guys. Chris, Linda.
Thank you.
Hi, thanks.
I'm gonna have you two move your mics just a little bit closer, or you move a little closer to your mic. That way.
Try that. There we go.
There we go. Because I had the volume maxed out on your mic, and so I moved it back now. So, thank you for coming in today, first of all. And one of the first things I wanted to ask was how you two got started with Geauga Park District in the first place.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting story. There was a little bird that showed up in my backyard in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out it hadn't been seen in Ohio before, and probably about 300 people came to my house to see this bird over the time. So that included some Geauga Park people, and so that's how I got a connection with the park. I started volunteering. I was a volunteer naturalist for a while, and then was able to obtain a seasonal position, and then it became part-time. And then finally full-time. So I've been there for about 11 years now.
Very
I love
good.
it. Yep. It's great.
So I got to ask, what was the bird?
The bird was, it's called the brown-headed nuthatch.
Okay.
It's a resident of southern United States. Its northernmost range is supposed to be Virginia. But that particular year, I don't know if it was due to the weather. We did have like some hurricane events that year. These birds can get blown off course, and it landed in my backyard. It really was amazing.
Wow.
So, yeah.
What about you, Chris?
So that was about 5 years ago. This was when I was a student at Cleveland State, and then I read, oh, hey, somebody's starting this astronomy park out in the next county east. And I was like, that sounds amazing! And that was just kind of the job interview that was awesome. And go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought Linda wanted to say something. Okay.
No, I'm just agreeing. We're happy to have Chris as our astronaut.
That's tons and tons of fun.
Astronat. So do they spell that G-N-A-T at the end?
Ooh, we really ought
No,
to.
yeah, really, no. It's
Throwing more silent G's. Give it some class.
So you've been involved with Observatory Park for a while.
Yes.
First of all, I will say that it's an amazing park, but the last time I was there, the observatory wasn't open. So, actually, that's one of the questions I want to ask you, since I have you here today, Chris. When does the observatory actually open, usually?
Oh, nice. So yeah, the kind of grounds are always open for self-serve.
Well, sure.
Yeah, you can swing by, and if it's the park where you're not chased out at dusk. So if you want to stay late and the weather's clear, go for it. And handy stuff like the restrooms are always open. But so when is Chris there to operate the telescopes? Now that's we do it at least 5 nights every month. So we're always there the night of the full moon, and nature sets that schedule. That one's not up to me.
Okay.
Let me just triple check here. I should have had this memorized.
That's all right.
Next one, April 11th is our next.
Our next
full
one?
moon.
Okay. Do you do Fridays and Saturdays at all?
We do. In fact, so coming up in April, it's going to be Friday and Saturday, the 14th and 15th, and the 28th and 29th.
Okay.
And so those are our nights. So fingers crossed that there's no clouds.
Yes,
those nights.
yes. Now, what park are you working at nowadays, Linda? Are you based out of, let me see, how many Geauga parks can I name? There's, oh, crud. Whitlam Woods, that was the one I was thinking of. There's Westwoods, which is just out 306.
That is a big one.
There's Big Creek Park.
Oh, good.
There's, I don't know how to pronounce it. It starts with...
Sounds like a Civil War battle, but isn't.
Like Rosenbaum or something?
Oh, nice! We'll give you that one.
Metzenbaum.
Metzenbaum. Close enough.
Good work. And one that sounds like a farm animal.
Oh, boy.
It might have been called Pig Brook, but they classed it up a little bit.
Pig Brook?
Nope, they call it Swine Creek.
Swine Creek.
We were trying to give it that. It's Swine
I've been
Creek
there too.
Reservation.
That's the East Middlefield, isn't it?
Oh,
Correct,
there you go.
yep.
Well done. All
I've
right,
actually been there.
full points for that one. You.
Oh, yes. You guys have a bike trail too, Maple Highlands Trail.
Yep.
You guys have Beartown Lakes.
Beartown.
That's
yep.
the southernmost park, right?
Wow, he's tearing these off. Nice.
Yeah. See, southernmost. Yeah, Beartown and Froring is sort of south.
Froring
too.
Meadows.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, let's see what other.
I know my Geauga parks.
Yeah, good for you. That's awesome.
Well done,
Yeah,
yes.
good job.
So, what park are you based out of then?
So the naturalists are based out of the Westwoods, but
Okay.
we'll travel to whatever park the program is being done. Where so the school we just spent time out at Swine Creek. We just finished our maple sugaring program.
Oh wow, okay.
Yum.
So yeah, the past first weekend and second weekend of March, we had our maple sugaring Saps Horizon weekend where we had all of our history of maple sugaring stuff set up,
Wow,
and
okay.
so I just talked to our head of the sugaring program there this morning, and he says that we're done now.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, we made 121 gallons this year.
Wow, okay.
So.
Well, how many gallons on average do you guys usually make with that?
This year was actually better than last,
Really?
and
Okay.
this wasn't the greatest year, and it's all due to the weather. And of
Sure.
course, we're putting our taps in to cover our programming. We're not so much focused maybe on production because this was a year where you could have put your taps in January. Some people did. So anyway, in the general gallonage,
Ooh, I like that
I
term.
don't know. This year wasn't great, 100, and that was 121. So I don't know, a couple hundred, 300 gallons or more. Sometimes if we have
Oh, wow.
better.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we did just do the boil down math to try to figure out how many gallons of sap to 1 gallon of syrup.
right, yeah.
Wow.
We were
Okay.
trying to do a little guessing game, seeing who could get closest without going over.
So the ratio turned out to actually be what?
it was just 52
Gallons.
Gallons
Yeah.
of sap to 1 gallon of syrup. So you really got to boil that down.
Yeah.
Right. Well, there was only they measured 2% sugar in the sap that we collected.
Okay.
So, that's a lot of boiling to get down to to maple syrup. So yeah.
And I don't know if this is a question that you guys can necessarily answer, but how do you set up for maple sugaring and stuff like that? Is it just you rope off an area of trees and then you stick something inside a tree and wait for the sap? I don't know.
Yeah, it's we have our sugar bushes at Swine Creek, and each tree in the sugar bush is tagged with a little silver tag, and it's got a number on it, and they can actually trace the health of the tree.
Okay.
And so generally, we usually put in about 700 to 800 taps.
Okay.
And that's the little spile. Normally, we tap around the President's Day weekend so that we can start our programming for sugaring starts in March generally.
Okay.
So they'll be in the process of boiling, and we can show people, school groups, and the public when they come through what that whole process is. So our operations department is the department that's in charge of that, and they handle all of the particulars that are involved with getting things ready
Okay.
and going through the whole process.
If you've ever donated blood, it's a remarkably similar procedure to
Okay.
tapping a tree for maple syrup.
Okay. That's kind of a interesting comparison, actually.
It's tree
yeah.
blood, but it's good.
So for those of you who are tuned in at livestream.com/likeeffect, if you have any questions, also feel free to chime in on the live stream chat. I'll make sure that we get to them throughout the program today. I have just pulled up the Geauga Park District website because we could.
Yes,
Yeah.
and our spring programs for April, May, June just went up.
Did they just go up?
on the website? It
Cool.
should, yeah, I think as of yesterday. So, all of our April, May, June programs should be showing on there.
So the shameless plug, the GeaugaParkDistrict.org, for those of you who are tuned in wondering, oh, they're talking to Geauga Park District, but I don't know what website to go to or something like that. I think Geauga County is the only county named Geauga in the entire United States. So I'm not sure if that's the case, but I'm sure it is.
as far as I know, it is. I mean, I've called up, especially in some of the databases like eBird and things like that. Type in Geauga County, and it comes up in Ohio. I haven't seen it come up anywhere else in the United States.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back, of course, for Sick for Breakers, livestream.com/Lake Effect. And hello to all of you listening out there. And we'll be right back.
Hey, this is Dave.
This is Colin.
And Cody. From Sea Level.
You're listening to Lake Effect Radio.
Walk-in and writing center help. Free and no appointment needed. Interlibrary C3051. Monday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Need assistance to guide and enhance your writing, reading, and revision skills? A Writing Center tutor is available to help you. Call 440-525-7425 for more information.
Spring Clean and Go Green Rummage Sale is gearing up for 2017. It's our biggest fundraiser of the year for the United Way. Spring Clean and Go Green takes place Thursday, April 13th and Friday, April 14th in the Auxiliary Gym. You can drop off donations early. The early locations for drop off are A1043 and C2082. The week of the sale, donations can be dropped off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, April 10th, 11th, and 12th between 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Auxiliary Gym.
Be sure to watch us live on www.livestream.com/LakeEffect.
I enrolled at Lakeland because I wanted to get ahead. And today, you need college. And Lakeland is close by and tuition is low. It's convenient with classes day, night, weekends, and online. You can't beat it. And here's the best part. You'll save thousands of dollars and not rack up a lot of debt. My Lakeland credit's transferred, and now I'm working on my bachelor's. So take it from me. I'm from Lake County. Opportunity starts here at Lakeland.
Good morning again. Livestream.com/Lake Effect, the first and second floor breakers. Back again with Chris and Linda.
Hello.
So, let's talk a little bit more about the sugaring that you guys do. I understand that we went through the basic sugaring process, but what all happens after that?
Yeah, after that, well, that's I have to say, and I'm sort of embarrassed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. When I was growing up, I admit I was a log cabin person.
Okay.
All right, and one of the things that we do when we bring school groups out to the park to do the history of maple sugaring is we read to them what's in the ingredients, actually, of, maple log cabin maple syrup, in quotes, maple syrup.
Pancake syrup.
Yeah, right.
From the supermarket.
And there's, we have the kids raise their hand when they hear me say the word maple during the ingredients, which of course they don't raise their hand because the word maple is not in the ingredients.
Okay.
So, but after that, after I saw all of the hard work that goes into producing real maple syrup, it's like now all I want is the real stuff. You know, I mean, this is a process where you have to be eyeballing everything all the time. I mean, there's so many things to pay attention to and keep track of, and so it's a remarkable process. And so I think people should understand why it costs $50 a gallon or $60 a gallon or whatever the current price is, because it's very labor intensive. So, but it's fascinating for folks to walk in the sugar house and see the evaporator bubbling away. Sometimes you can't even see to the other end of the sugar house because there's so much steam in there.
Okay.
And you got that nice maple flavor in the air as it's boiling out. You can see, you can try a sample for sure. And it's interesting, the maple producers, they change their grading system every year. And so this year, the grades that we were producing, everything, it's a grade A, but it's judged on its color and its taste. So there's a grade A golden color with a delicate taste. There's a grade A amber color with a rich taste. There's a grade A dark color with a robust taste. And there's a grade A very dark with a strong taste. And it's, people prefer one or the other. I actually like the darker grades because there's a little bit more maple flavor in it, whereas the real light grades, I mean, it's great tasting stuff, but it's very sweet. I don't detect as much maple in it. It's just personal preference, whatever you like. So anyway, this year, because of the weather, we were producing more in the amber grade range. So anyway.
So what is a robust taste? I mean,
it's stronger. There's more maple flavor in it, whereas the lighter, more delicate grades are just very sweet, in my opinion.
Okay.
But you almost have to line them up side by side and just take a sample of each one to tell the difference. It's hard to explain, I guess. Just we offer samples at the Sugar House, so you can try that. But yeah, just personal preference. I guess it depends on what you like.
So this is what you guys have made at Swine Creek, or is this just in general, or?
All of the maple syrup that we produce comes from Swine Creek.
Okay.
Yeah, from the Park District. And if we have enough, we'll sell it in our gift shop. I don't know. There wasn't a lot to go around this year. It wasn't a hugely great year like we've done in the past, but so I don't know. You just stop by the Nature Center and see if there is any. So.
And the Nature Center is located?
So we have at the Westwoods Nature Center, we have a gift shop, and there's nature gifts in there, some clothing items. There's field guides, and if we have maple syrup, that's where it'll be. So.
And for those of you who like the idea of maple syrup, Westwoods is straight south down 306, probably 10 miles or so to 87?
So it's probably only a couple miles from the intersection of 306 and 87.
Mm-hmm.
Just east of there.
Just east of it, yeah. So.
Syrup.
I
know we're having for lunch.
I'm getting hungry. Yeah, I know. Have to have our maple syrup.
I'm getting hungry too. So, Chris, there was something you wanted to talk about as well. We're going to segue right into that.
Oh, nice. Right.
So, for those of you who don't pay attention to me or anything like that, I'm a very big geocacher.
Nice.
And Chris, you're involved with the geocaching and stuff for GPD. So
Yeah.
we can talk about that a little bit if you'd like.
Yeah, we got a new crop for 2017. So we gave it a theme this year. All right, you ready for this? All right.
I think it's new paths.
Oh, nicely done. Yeah, we're trying to blaze new trails.
Yes.
So even if you've been to this park, they're all on new trails, newly constructed trails in existing parks. So guaranteed that you'll be in a new spot. And so we kind of rolled out our first two, and they're both at the west end of Geauga County. We've got one actually within the Westwoods Park, and it's in a seldom visited corner of the park that we always call the Affelder House. It's named after the family that used to own that property.
Okay.
So they'd set up like this vacation cabin in the woods, which is an amazing building, but the best thing about it is it's right next to a waterfall.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so right now when the snow's melting and it's raining, it's actually a waterfall, and it's actually good to look at. If you go back in, July when it's hot and dry, it'll just be a dry pile of rocks. But right now it's actually a waterfall.
Okay.
So spring's the time to check out the Affelder Park.
So yeah, if you're tuned in livestream.com/Lake Effect right now, you will see the geocaching map with the current Geauga Park District caches that are out. And I saw you guys archive a few of them. I was disappointed, but because I'd already gotten them though, so it's not a huge deal. But it was disappointing because I like those parks. And
We're trying to keep it fresh, keep a few new ones out.
Hey, that's fine. That's no problem. We got there's one here that's Orchard Hills.
Yeah, so that's the other one.
I got that one already.
Oh, nice done! So that's at Orchard Hills Park up in Chester Township, and so that's kind of the northwest corner of the county.
Mm-hmm.
And it's right next to all the apple orchards, which is why it's called Orchard Hills. And so we put this one on a new path. You can find it if you start off in the pond shelter.
Okay.
So that takes you off into a little new path towards the south end of the park. So a new place to check out in there.
Well, I remember when I did that one, I ended up bushwhacking a little bit because I didn't see any actual path.
We
at the time.
we hit it pretty good. I don't like to brag, but yeah, it's back in the woods a bit.
In the
We're going to make you work for it.
I mean, I found the cash.
Nicely
Don't get me
done.
wrong. I found it October 29th, 2016, and I said I got this with out with one of my caching buddies.
Good work. Ooh, October 29th. The leaves must have been nice.
It was. They were gorgeous that day.
Good times.
And there was a small little clock thing that was inside it that I ended up taking with a GPD logo on it.
That's right. We always try to hide some good trinkets in there. So
Yeah, that was kind of nifty. So I got that. I was this was the one that when it was published, it had the state of Oklahoma listed as the state it was located in.
That's an easy typing mistake.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got that.
Somebody put Oklahoma, and then it got corrected to Ohio, so we have an Oklahoma reviewer that published the cache. Everybody looked at it like, what?
Okay, OH. It was one of those O states.
Oh yeah, it looks like everybody who's looked for it has found it so far. 24 finds, no DNFs. That's a good thing. How about the Felder House, which is again down 306. There's another cache there's an Earth cache at the West Woods too.
Those are very educational, but
hey, you guys should
treasures.
You guys should do another Earth cache if you ask me.
That'd be fun. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a good one. Ooh, the Rookery might be a good spot for.
I forgot about the Rookery.
Oh, it's got some good rock ledges there.
I don't think I've been to the Rookery yet.
I'm gonna think this out. That's a pretty nice one.
Yeah.
What else is great in spring at the Rookery?
Yeah, there's lots of stuff great in spring at the Rookery. In fact, we'll be doing our Nature Scopes school programming. We do a binocular blitz. All of the fifth graders in Geauga County that are participating in this program. So for their final activity, they come out to the Rookery, and we do 3 stations of exploration with them where they can use their binoculars in some way. And so there's all kinds of, especially bird life in the wetlands there along the way, amphibians, reptiles, insects, if the weather is good and the day is warm. So it's a very biologically diverse park.
Okay. I may have to go out there and visit that sometime.
Yeah, it's nice. Good. Yep. The Chagrin River runs through it. There's a nice, and the interurban pathway that used to run from downtown Cleveland out to these eastern counties. There's a split actually in the Rookery. One branch of it goes to Chardon, and the other branch went to Burton.
Okay.
And so 2 of the trails there you're walking actually on that interurban line.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So I think at this point we're going to take another little break here. Livestream.com/Lake Effect for 6-4 breakers. If you have any questions, feel free to chime in at livestream.com/Lake Effect, of course, in our chat window, and we'll be back in about 4 to 5 minutes.
Circles May 4th at the Agora. Tickets available at ticketweb.com. Call or text into 440-940-6615 to request songs.
Is your teen either a junior or senior in high school and you are looking for an alternative to a traditional high school education? Lakeland Community College's post-secondary enrollment option program is a great way to fast-track your teen's high school diploma while they earn either a college credit or a college degree. Lakeland also offers a technical program for high school students. Go to our website at www.lakelandcc.edu and click on the admissions tab.
Are you a pop-punk music fan? Well, you're in luck. On April 29th, the Spring Fling Festival returns to the Agora, featuring performances by Mayday Parade, Knuckle Puck, Real Friends, Sorority Noise, Tiny Moving Parts, and many more. Tickets are available at springflingtickets.com.
Interviewing workshop. Don't fall on your face. Learn what to say and how to say it. So they say you're hired. Tuesday, April 4th from 5 to 7 p.m. Seating is limited. Registration is required. Register at careers.lakelandcc.edu.
Hi, this is Danny from Vibe and Direct, and you're listening to Lake Effect Radio.
So you started classes, and now you're wondering how to manage it all. Did you know that Lakeland has a lot of services to help you? Lakeland's Student Success Center offers a lot of free workshops to help you become a stronger college student. You can learn how to organize your work and schedule, or strengthen your memory, and how to master study skills, how to inquire about math anxiety, tips for test success, and more. If you need more personal help, they have success coaches with support areas such as taking notes, reading, enhancing, time management, finding your learning style, and even the basic computer skills. So don't let your semester get away from you. Stop by the Student Success Center in room 1A10943 to see what they are, can help to see what they can do to help you get through your classes with success.
Good morning, Lakeland, and all who have it again. Live kind of social lake effect for 4 breakers. Again, we were talking with. Hold on. There we go. We were talking with Chris and Linda from the Geauga Park District.
Hi.
And I understand that you guys have some events that you have coming up. I hear something about a caveman crawl.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's our and that's really one of our very popular events that we do. The Caveman Crawl is a 5K trail run. It's held at the Westwoods.
Okay.
And so you can sign up and dress up in your caveman attire and either walk or run the 5K trail. But I see in the description there's going to be like a 1 mile family walk that you could do as part of that too. And it's the funds for it go to the Chip Henry Institute for Outdoor Adventure, which is they sponsor our summer camps and some of our public programming for youth kids.
Okay.
So that's always a fun one for athletes. It's not an easy run because there's a lot of hills. You're running uphill. Yeah. So
is that on the bridle trail out there?
So that's part of the bridle trail, part of the Ansel's Cave Trail. So yeah, it's a good run. Then it's a fun day for everybody involved. And yes, the caveman will certainly be on hand somewhere and maybe whacking people over the head with his club. You never know where he may appear. So, and then we still have our Home Sweet Habitat exhibit that's up at the Westwoods that talks about some of our local habitats, meadow, forest, and pond or wetland habitat. Also, at the Westwoods, we have in our Oak Room, we have our Eyes to the Skies art exhibit.
Ooh, this is a good one.
And yeah, Chris likes this one because it's an astronomy-themed art show. And it's a community event, so if you photograph Orion, the constellation Orion, or if you have cool sunset pictures or space pictures, or there's even an alien right now that's made out of metal that's standing in the lobby of the Westwoods. I'm hoping that it doesn't jump off of its stand one time and start walking around the nature center. So yeah, it's amazing the skill that these people have that produce this artwork. So that's only though on display through like April 24th. So if you want to see that, come soon before that one goes away. And then we have Earth Day coming up, which is April 22nd. NRM, the Natural Resource Department, is in charge of that day, and it'll be held at Headwaters Park. And they'll have some speakers that talk about conservation topics. I see there might be some reptile amphibian on display. There'll be some gardening with native plants, which is such an important thing to do. Any gardeners out there, please try and plant native stuff.
Do not plant invasive.
Right. Yeah, it's the native stuff, especially flowers and things that will help our pollinators. So much of our food comes from pollinators, so it's important to have the stuff that they need. So anyway, so that should be a fun and informative day. There'll probably be some fishing instructions, some nature craft for kids and things like that. So that's at Headwaters Park on April 22nd. So,
does Headwaters Park allow you to go on the lake at all?
Yeah, actually, we now have kayaks that you can borrow to take out on the reservoir. You have to leave your driver's license or something in collateral, but you can do that. And but you have to check. I'm guessing there's a schedule somewhere, and I'm not sure it's set yet. But somebody is on duty, will be on duty to handle that, and that'll be coming up more towards warmer weather time.
It's a little bit warmer.
You don't want to capsize on Headwaters Park in March. Or
capsize on ice. That would not be fun.
Nah.
But it is that's a great spot for kayaking, especially if you want to ease into it.
I remember I saw a News Herald article recently that you guys are building like a zip lining park or something. Do you guys know anything about that?
That's in one of our parks that's under construction right now, and we don't know. They were talking about doing that.
Okay.
Whether or not that will actually happen, I don't know. But they're thinking about it, and as far as I know, that was part of the planning for that. So.
Cool. So, out of all the parks you guys have at Geauga Park District, what's your favorite?
Oh gosh, oh boy. Okay, let's see.
Unbiased opinions first.
Oh right, sorry.
I love the Rookery. I love Swine Creek. I love Froring Meadows. Those are my top three, I think, and I can't really put them in an order because they all have something unique that holds my interest. So
nice.
Chris, how about you?
My favorite's Observatory Park, obviously.
Yeah.
I love working there. But then, all right, if I had to pick another one, probably I really like Big Creek in Chardon because it's like its name says, it's along that creek, but there's no bridge over the creek, which means it's essentially two parks divided by the creek. And if you ever want to get from one half of the park to the other, you've got to be willing to ford a stream or get creative off trail.
Wow. Okay. Well, if you guys are going to ask me my favorite park, I'd go with Headwaters.
Oh, why is that?
Yeah, I just love especially in the summer when you're on the water. I mean, it's 10 degrees cooler than when you drive away and you're sweating at 90 degrees again. And yeah.
You know, we have an active eagle's nest at Headwaters Park.
Ooh.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, so if you're walking on the Buckeye Trail, there's actually, it's visible from the trail. We ask people to not go up to it, either from the water or from the trail, because they're not very tolerant of humans that are messing around beneath their nesting tree when they're on it. But that's pretty cool to be able to see this pair on their nest from the trail. So check it out.
Definitely. Let's see here. What can you tell me about Sunnysbrook Preserve? I've never heard of that one. Is that a new park you guys have? Or?
Relatively. It used to be part of the Sunnybrook. It was a nursery, greenhouse, and the folks that owned that gave part of it. Part of it's in a conservation easement, and then the park got ownership of the other part of it. And that's a really nice park too. There's some unique habitats there. Including sort of a fen habitat, which is has some unique plants and animals that are associated with it. So a nice, mature sort of interior forest there. There's some nice vernal pools that support, especially now, wood frogs and some of the mole salamanders, the Jefferson and spotted salamanders there. And so there's a nice hiking trail there as well.
Excellent. I'll have to go check that park out sometime.
Dude.
I've never been to that one. I've been to Whitlam. I've been to Observatory. I've been to Big Creek. I've been to Headwaters. I've been to Swine Creek. I've been to Burtland Wetlands. I've been to Eldon Russell. I've been to Beartown. I think I've been to Froring Meadows. I think there were some caches there last year.
That's right, there were, yes.
And then Westwoods. I've definitely been there. I've never set foot. I don't know if I've set foot inside Metzenbaum, but I've been around Metzenbaum. I haven't been to the Rookery, so I think I need to go check it out. So if you are interested in a map of where the Geauga Parks are, go to geaugaparkdistrict.org/find-a-park, and that'll put you right on the find a park map.
I know, yeah, you can click right on the name of the map and it'll bring up the site for that specific park, and there's trail maps that you can look at and amenities and
different activities that are just in that park. It's pretty handy.
Yeah. Excellent. Do you guys have anything else you want to add today? You guys have any other events you guys want to talk about?
I got one last nerd plug I got.
Uh-oh.
All right, so as of course everybody knows, April is Mathematics Awareness Month. Of
Nah,
course.
I didn't know that.
Everyone knows that. It's coming. All right, so it's Math Awareness Month in April. And so to kind of commemorate that at Observatory Park, we're doing a kind of a derivative of one of my favorite movies this year, Hidden Figures.
Okay.
About the NASA mathematicians. So if you want to math it up, Friday nights in April the 14th and the 28th at Observatory Park, we are going through those calculations. So
okay.
You get to try your own space math.
Cool.
Now, actually, that brings up another thing about Observatory Park. You guys have like corners of a pyramid type deal.
Oh yeah.
In the park, and if my memory holds me right, those pyramids are how big the actual pyramids in Egypt are.
Yeah, it's a lazy model of the Great Pyramid in Egypt. Just the 4 cornerstones, not the entire thing, but gives you a sense of just how much area the base of that pyramid covers.
Don't you guys have something for Stonehenge too?
We do. So yeah, we couldn't recreate Stonehenge because it wouldn't work in our location. So we made like a Montville Township version of Stonehenge. So there are stones, and if you stand right in the middle of the in fact, this week is a great week to try it out.
Okay.
Because on the equinox, or within a few days of it, if you stand on the Observatory Park Plaza, the sun sets right behind the first stone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark the seasons.
Anything else you guys want to add before we start wrapping up?
No, it was fun. Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys again for coming in. It was good to see you guys again.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Now we're hungry for syrup, yeah.
Go get syrup at the Les Woods if it's there.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys for coming in, and we will be back momentarily. Livestream.com/Lake Effect for Sick 4 Breakers. Let me make sure we didn't miss any questions before I... Nope, no questions from our chat before I let you guys go.
No worries.
So, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will be right back for the last 15 minutes of the show. Livestream.com/Lake Effect yet again.